Good morning everyone, I am Priyanka Kusandar, Assistant Professor IT Department. In my previous video we discussed about decomposition and types of decomposition, and in this video we discuss about introduction to SQL, and we discuss characteristics of SQL and advantages of SQL, and also discuss data types in SQL. So we discuss one by one. So first we discuss what is SQL. Basically, SQL is not a programming language, it is a command-based language. And always remember, it is not a database, it is a query language. By using SQL, we can perform on structured data. We can perform operation on structured data with the help of SQL. And we cannot perform the operation on unstructured data. SQL is used to perform the operation on database. Which operation? Like insert, update, delete, then view, store, procedure, and etc. Then SQL is used in various advanced relational database management systems. Some common RDBMS that use in SQL are MySQL, Oracle, then Microsoft Access, Microsoft SQL Server, okay, etc. And SQL is developed by IBM as a part of System R project in 1970. So initially it is called as a SQL was one of the first commercial language. So SQL became a standard for American National Institute. The steps required to execute SQL statement are handled transparently by the SQL database. So SQL can be categorized as non-procedural. Why it is non-procedural? Because procedural language, the detail of the operations to be specified, such as opening and closing tables, loading and searching indexes, or flashing, buffer, and writing data to the files are required, which is not necessary in a SQL. Now, see, we discussed the characteristics of SQL. SQL is easy to learn. Why it is easy to learn? Because it allow you to user create, update, delete, and retrieve data from the database. Then it is used to access the data from relational database management system. Also, it can execute queries in that database. Also, it is a describe the data, and it is used to define the data in database and manipulate when it is needed. Then it is used to create and drop the database and tables. Then it is also used for store procedure functions in database. It is also used to set the permission on table, procedures, and views. So it is a declarative language, not a procedural one. So SQL is a very powerful language. Now we discuss advantages of SQL. Now there are various advantages in SQL, so we discuss one by one. First one is high speed. SQL queries can be used to retrieve large amount of records quickly and effectively from the database. It means that it quickly and effectively retrieve large amount of data. Okay. Now, second one is portability, or we can say that portable. So SQL can be run on any platform. Also, it can be executed on PCs, laptops, servers, and even mobile phones. It run in local system, internet, and intranet, because database using SQL can move from a device to other device without any problem. It is nothing but it is a portability. Now we discuss well-defined standard. In SQL database uses long established standard which is beginning adopted by the ANSI. It means that American National Standard Institute and ISO. Whereas non-SQL database do not adhere to any clear standard. Okay. So it's nothing but a well-defined standard. Now we discuss supports object-based programming. It is also support the object-based programming. So SQL is a very objective-oriented programming language and concept which makes it helpful. So no coding required. In SQL, no coding required. It means that using standard SQL, it is easier to manage database system without any large amount of code. Then also It is used in relational database and easy to learn and understand SQL concept. It means that concept of English words, or hence it is easy to learn and understand the SQL queries. Also, complete language for the database. It means that SQL is used to create database and manage the database in all the aspects. Also, dynamic database languages. So SQL can changes the database dynamically at runtime while the database is being used by the user. It means that it is dynamically changed. And last one is multiple data view. What happen in this case? We can provide different views, or we can say that different presentations of contents of the database to the different user. It means that it is used in internet. SQL can be used in internet to access the web related data. So these all are the advantages of SQL. Okay. Now we discuss data type in SQL. SQL, we store the data in tabular format, where table, it means relation, is the combination of rows, rows mean tuples, and columns, column means field. While creating table, we have to assign data type to that particular column, and these data types are used to decide which type of data the column can store. And there are various data types used in SQL, such as character, varchar, then boolean, integer, then float, date and time, timestamp, and etc. So we will discuss one by one. So first we discuss character. Character is nothing but the length, or we can say that size. The character data type aspect character or string type of data including Unicode. It is known as fixed length data type. Character is also known as fixed length data type. And the length of the character string is specified while assigning the data type. For example, character n, where n represents the maximum size of character string. If size is not specified, then the default size will be 1. Always remember, if size is not available, then the default size, that is 1. And the minimum length of the character data type is 1, and maximum length of up to the data size is table page size. Okay, character string which are larger than the page size of the table and can be stored in the character large object. Okay, it can be stored in character large object. So if value having lower size than the size of character data type is stored in it, then the remaining space is filled with blank character. It means that it gets wasted. So if value having greater size than the size of character data type is stored, so the extra character are turned. It means that, for example, character size is 20 or character size is 20 Phoenix Infotech. Okay, so this is the example of character, or we can say that size of character. Now the next type, that is varchar, or we can say that varchar 2. So varchar, what is varchar? Varchar data type aspect character or string of data including Unicode. It means that this is known as length of data type. So length of character string is specified assigning that particular data type and indicate that maximum number of character it can aspect. So if value having lower size than the size of character of particular data type is stored in it, then the remaining space will get reutilized, and that means the memory does not get wasted. So the character says that it is used to store variable length alphanumeric data. So we discuss what is character and what is varchar, or we can say that varchar 2. The maximum data type can be held in varchar 2, that is 400 characters, and in maximum data type hold in character, that is 200. So the main concept is that character, it is a fixed length, and in character we cannot reuse free block. For example, data types character. So character bracket included in 6. So for example RAM. So other 3 block we cannot reuse in character, but in varchar we reuse the free blocks. Okay. Now we discuss data type. The date data type aspect the data type of values. No need to assign size while declaring a data type. Okay, and data value should specify in the form of year, month, and date. So the value of month must be between 1 and 12. Value of date should be in 1 to 31 depending on the month, and value of year should be between 0 to 9999. It means that the values should be enclosed in single quotes and repeated by the keywords date. Okay. So next one is number data type. The number data type is used to store numbers. It means that number of any magnitude may be stored up to the 38 digit precision, and the precision P, it means that it is the same of the decimal and determines the maximum length of data, whereas the scale S determines the number of places to write of that particular decimal. It means that same as the decimal. Now we discuss the next data type, that is time data type. The time data type accept the time value. It means that no parameter are required when declaring the time data type. So the format of time is the fractional value can be used to represent the nanosecond, and the minutes and second value must be 2 digits. So for the value should be 0 to 23 for hours, then minutes value should be 0 to 59 and second value should be between 0 to 61.99. So value assigned to the time data type should be enclosed in single quotes. Always remember it enclosed in single quote by the keyword time. So next we discuss the float data type. The float data type aspect approximate numeric value for which you may define a precision up to the maximum of 64. It means that the default precision is 64 if it is not declared. For floating point, default precision is 64. So float to the number 8. This is the example of floating points number. Now we discuss Boolean data type. The Boolean data type can aspect value either true or false. It means that no need to declare size while declaring the Boolean data type. True and false are case insensitive. If you attempt the assign any other value to the Boolean data type, an error arise. It means that it generates only true or false value in Boolean data type. Now next we discuss integer data type. The integer data type is used to accept the numeric value with an default scale as 0, and it's stored in any integer value between the range the 2 to 31. Okay, and attempting to assign value outside the range causes an errors. It means that if you can assign numeric value with a precision of cell to the integer data type, the scale protection without rounding. It means that digit to the right of the decimal point are truncated. Okay, this is the example of integer data type. Now we discuss the next data type, that is decimal data type. So it is used to accept the floating points value for which you can precision and a scale in a data type declaration. It means that the precision is in positive, that represent the total number of digits, and that number will contain precision plus scale. It's nothing but decimal, and the scale is the positive integer that represent the number of digits of decimal places which occur in right of the decimal points. So scale for the decimal cannot be larger than the precision. Always remember, scale for the decimal cannot larger than the particular precision. And now we discuss last type, that is long data type, long row data type. This data type